last week we had Jake Robles on the call. He did an amazing job. That call is uploaded. I went back and re-listened to it. There's so many good things in there you guys can pull out. And so it was so good. We wanted to get him back this week. We had a ton of questions come in on just everything from the pitch, how he's getting the bill, how he's committing appointments, all of it. So we're going to hear from Jake. One of the things that I love Jake does is he is quick to bring up solar. He does not shy away from it. He shows confidence in what he's doing, and it is different. People probably aren't used to it, and I think one of the first things he does is he builds trust with them. And I think in a lot of cases, they're probably relieved that they have someone that's actually being transparent and not trying to beat around the bush and be, and create some mystery on what they're doing or trying to do. So anyways, love that training. We're going to dive into it. Jake, how we doing, man?
What's good?
Not much. How's the week going?
It's good. Really good.
Good. So guys, if you haven't followed Jake, I'm actually going to post next week on the call. I'll post a copy of Jake's Instagram. Give him a follow. Really good stuff on there. He's always teaching and training, but he's also kind of given a daily breakdown of how his week's going, good or bad, right? So give Jake a follow. Jake, we're going to dive into this. Are you ready?
Let's make it happen.
All right, man. So one of the first questions that we had come up is when you're with a customer and that customer's like, look, dude, can you just send me the information? Like you tell them that we're going to get them a bid or a proposal on what it would save them to go solar.
Yeah.
And they're just like, hey, can you send it to me?
Yeah. You want me to just tell you how I handle it, or you want me to?
How would you handle that one in a customer that doesn't really want to sit with someone, but they're showing interest in solar?
Yeah, I think. Well, I'll tell you how to handle it, and I'll tell you why you even get that concern. So the first thing is, why are we even getting that concern? And that's because we're putting on too much buying pressure. And I think that the setter needs to just be quiet when they get interest. And I think, like, I was talking to one of the setters yesterday. He's like, yeah, dude, I just killed the bill. I explained to them the PPA, and they were interested, and then they wouldn't sit down. And I'm just like, why did you do all of that? And so the first thing, I think, when trust is high, speed is fast. And when you're putting on buying pressure, we're making it sound too good to be true. The customer is just going to be like, yeah, this sounds too good to be true. Just send it to my email. Like, homie, I'm here right now. Let's just make it happen. What time works for you? And just get it done and open up your calendar and schedule the appointment and stop talking past the cell. So someone hits me with, can you just send this to my email? I say, are you guys interested in solar? They say, yeah, probably. I'm like, dude, I'm already here. We'd love to be the ones to earn your business. I'm not the yes or no guy. All that we do is we come by, see how much it's going to cost you to go solar, and see if we can get you approved for the program. He'll come by and at least be a vessel of information, give you guys some information. He's a good dude. He's not going to push you into anything. And then I have a 6 or a 7. What time works better for you?
Dude, that's really good. So let's break it down a little bit, though. Ideally, you want to keep yourself out of that situation by not overselling it.
Correct.
And that makes a lot of sense. You probably didn't do enough closing along the way, or you probably just kind of talk too much, like one big breath and sell, and then trying to you didn't get the customer engaged, then all of a sudden you're trying to commit them to an appointment.
Correct. But
love that.
Yeah.
Anything else on this? And it's something whenever this has come up for me, I've told people too, I've said, traditionally 95% of the time solar is sold in the home, right? Like, people don't call Home Depot or they don't call Sunrun and say, hey, we want solar. Can you bring out the crews and do it? Like, solar is a product that's sold in the home. It requires an in-person presentation to make sure that everyone understands what's going on.
Yeah, and I would say for everybody listening, this concern is the same concern of, let me think about it. This concern is just basically, I don't feel urgent and confident enough to do it right now. The number one mistake a rookie is going to make when they hear this is they're going to build on the urgency of like, hey, you need to get it done before the end of the year. all you're doing is putting more buying pressure on them when the only reason that they're not doing it in the first place is because there's buying pressure. And so my go-to is always, dude, my guy is a really good dude. He's not going to push you into anything. All we want to do is be a vessel of information. That way you can see the pros and the cons, and we have a chance to earn your business if you guys feel like it's something you guys want to do. He's not going to push you into anything. He's a really good dude. And then I have a 6 or a 7. What time works better for you? People are really, really scared to be very assumptive. When I knock doors, this is my mindset. Why would I let somebody tell me no when I know for 100% fact I'm helping this customer? And so like the reason that the customers don't buy from you quick is because you're just focused internally. What's going on with me? What am I doing wrong? My energy sucks. I'm focused externally. I'm not going to let this customer tell me no because I actually am providing immense amount of value. And so they can feel that they can trust me really quick, and they can feel my confidence, which also builds trust really quick. Yesterday I set an appointment in maybe like 1 minute, and it was like $500 the bill was like $500 a month, which was crazy, especially in the area we're knocking. We're seeing like a lot of $100 bills. And I just knock on the door. I say, look, dude, I do the solar. I know you haven't done it. With the credit going away at the end of the year, we'd love to give ourselves a chance to earn your business. Depending on your bill, and this is how we do it. We just look at your usage, see how many panels you're gonna need, tell you how much it's gonna cost, see if we can get you approved for the program. Do you pay over or under $150 a month? He's I'm like, can you grab your bill? He's like, I don't really have to, dude, just grab it real quick, I'm already here. Like, obviously you've looked into solar, just grab it real quick, I'm already here. I'll make it easy. I'm not the yes or no guy. I just wanna see your bill to see if it even makes sense for us to come by. His bill's $500 a month. And I'm like, oh shoot, dude, your bill's $500 a month. Like, this is crazy. I'm like, yeah, I really do think it's gonna be a good fit for you, but honestly, it's not a good fit for everybody. And so we'd love the opportunity. I'll have my guy come by. He's gonna look at your usage, tell you how much it's gonna cost. We'll see if we can get you approved for the program. Do you have any other questions for me? Cool, and then tomorrow, 6 or 7, what time works better for you? Like, just full control of the conversation. Trust is high. Solar's an absolute no-brainer, and if you ain't pitching it like that, like you're crazy.
Yeah. And how much are you making them feel like they're the odd man out? Like they're the only ones on the street that haven't done it? Do you kind of try and give off that vibe?
Yeah, I'm not trying to necessarily be disrespectful in terms of like you're kind of like dumb, but I'm trying to make it sound like, dude, like you just aren't informed. And I do it in a really respectful way. They're like, no, we're good. And I'm like, dude, I get it. But like, honestly, you probably just haven't heard of the PPA because everybody's doing solar. So I'm sure there's some curiosity. I know you've heard bad things, and that's why you're even here shutting me off. But like, dude, if you understood the PPA where we own the panels, we maintain the panels, you just buy power from us at a cheaper rate. Like, that's it. It's as simple as that. Like, I think it actually really makes sense for you. But again, it's not for everybody. It's not for everybody, and we just love the opportunity to at least have a chance at you, especially with the tax rate going away at the end of the year. I mean, dude, I'm already here. We can at least sit down, and then your bill is this, and then close the appointment. Yeah,
and it seems like you're pulling back a lot with the vessel of information. With might not be a good fit. Like your whole presentation, start to finish, is full of pullbacks.
There's one reason that people don't buy this product from you guys. There's one reason people don't sell it. It's because they think it's too good to be true. So stop selling on the program and start selling on it might not make sense for you. Honestly, it could be too good to be true. I don't know if you're approved. I'm just pulling back the whole time because if I start selling them on solar, there is way too much resistance in solar sales reps. And so I'm just 100%, dude, I know we can help you out. My guy's a really good dude. You're going to like him. He's not going to be pushy. At least listen to him because he'll be a vessel of information to tell you, should you buy it? Should you lease it? Should you do a PPA? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it worth it for your home? What kind of roof condition are you guys in? And if they make a comment like, well, I need a new electrical box, right then and there, I'm like, that's exactly how the approval process works. Like, we're gonna come out, look at your electrical work and see if we're willing to actually take care of that for you. And so again, solar might not make sense, but dude, if we could take care of your electrical work for you, that might be a no-brainer, right? So I'm basically hating on solar the whole time because if you get a closer inside the home, it is done. It is a done deal, okay? And so you just need to get a customer willing to sit, and the way you qualify is, are they giving you a bill? If they give you a bill and they put in the effort to go and give you a bill, they're going to be a sticky appointment. And the closer will do his job.
Love it. Okay, brother. Great. That was awesome. Okay, we're going to move on to the next one. That was really, really good.
Appreciate it.
And dude, you kind you kind of answered a lot of these. You kind of already answered between last week and even just that first question. But so this rep texted in. He said, "Take us through the steps of taking a customer from skeptical to curious to interested." And obviously, a big part of that is you don't want to make it sound too good to be true, right? Because you kind of have to make it sound really good, but it can't sound too good to be true. So take us through these steps of skeptical to curious to pique some interest.
All right. And this is everything right here. And if you guys would just write this in your notes, and this would be your number one focus for the rest of the summer, I promise you the results are going to be a lot better, okay? Skeptical, meaning they don't trust. The only reason people do not buy solar is because they don't think it's real. They don't trust. They've heard too many bad things. That's the only reason, okay? So if you were the best in the world at building trust, when you're selling a product where we're giving them 30% savings, it would be the easiest sell you've ever sold in your life. And that's honestly how I feel coming to solar. Like, this is so easy, okay? And so first step is you need to become a master at building trust. And I'm gonna tell you guys how to do this in 2 ways. The first way to build trust at a high level is, do you trust yourself, okay? Are you the type of person that does what they say they're gonna do? First and foremost, okay? And if you're not, that means in your daily life, if you say you're gonna do something, you don't do it, what does that do to yourself subconsciously is it loses trust in yourself. Every time you say, I'm gonna go to the gym, and you don't go to the gym, subconsciously you're just saying, yeah, I don't do what I say I'm gonna do. I don't trust myself. I don't believe in myself. If you just be the type of person that does what they say they're gonna do over and over and over and over, it'll be a natural tendency inside of you to transfer more trust. People can respect you a lot more. You're gonna respect yourself, so you're gonna transfer that. The second thing, from a sales aspect, okay? The number one mistake that sales reps make is they go in between houses thinking, what am I doing wrong? This isn't for me. This neighborhood's saturated. Everything is internally focused. Why are you so focused about yourself and your problems and what you're dealing with instead of, and I'm not saying you guys don't have problems and it's not hard and we're not all going through something where we're suffering. Everybody's suffering, I know. But that does not serve you. What serves you is going out and serving other people. That's the secret to life. And so if you can just focus on the customer and be present on the customer, which is a lot of effort to not allow yourself to get caught up in the problems that you're dealing with, you're gonna transfer so much trust, because desperation turns off every customer. When you start getting in your head, like, what am I doing wrong? The only reason you're doing that is because you wish that you were selling. I don't care that I sell. All I care about is that I can be a beam of light in somebody's day and provide value where I'm supposed to be. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. And that just comes from faith. But when I'm knocking on a customer's door, I could care less. There's zero desperation. So they trust me instantly. When I have people come and shadow me, they're like, dude, every single person you talk to is a laydown. And I'm like, yeah, no duh, because I'm the only person that's knocked on their door that actually wants to help this customer. It's not about me. My results will come. I'm here to serve, and that's all I care about, because that's what protects my peace most internally. And so I focus on not allowing myself to think internally on the doors and only focus on the customer, only focus on serving the gas station clerk, only focus on making sure that my car group on the way out is having a good experience because of me. That's it, okay? And then in my personal life, do I keep the commitments I make to myself? Because if you can't trust yourself, nobody else is gonna trust you.
So, Jake, so the fact that you act like, because I've had reps tell me the same thing, like, bro, like, that was a lay down. I'm like, no, dude, if you would have knocked that door, it would have been much, much different.
100%.
And I think the aura that you put out by you don't care relaxes people and builds trust and gets them to actually give you real concerns instead of...
That's exactly it.
They probably don't feel like they're being pitched with you.
That's exactly it.
I've done a lot of trainings on, the best pitch is no pitch. Like, don't come across like you're pitching. Come across like you're a citizen that's just, if you don't mind me asking someone a question, like, yo, with all the incentives, with all your neighbors jumping on board, with the credits coming to an end, what stopped you from going solar? And then when they feel that because you're being honest with what you're doing, they'll be honest on why they haven't gone solar.
Yeah, I think you're 100% spot on. And I think what setters would be surprised on is that every single door that you knock on is actually interested in solar. The only reason they won't be open to your influence is because they're not interested in you. They're not interested in your aura, your energy, because you're putting desperation. You're not coming off like you're truly there to help them. If you look at natural human psychology, when we feel uncomfortable, we shy away. We resist. In relationships, in life, in cells, you guys go to the mall, a shoe cleaner's like, yo, let me clean your shoes, and you stiff arm them. And you're in cells, and you're not even trying to be rude. It's just natural human tendency. You walk into a store and they're like, hey, do you want me to help you find the pants? No, I'm good. But you really do, right? And so the mindset behind it is these customers open the door in their fight or flight because they're uncomfortable. They don't want to be pushed by a sales rep. They've already had it happen. And so if the second they open the door, your energy brings them out of their fight or flight, because they can just tell like, oh wow, this guy has an energy, a presence that's truly here to help. They're going to start telling you, yeah, I want solar. The only reason I haven't done it is because of this. And it's like, it's just too easy.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. Really good stuff. Sorry, I got my kids trying to buzz in on me right now. All right, so let's move on to the next one. That was spot on. Loved how you answered that one. So when you get a bill, whether you get a $100 bill or a $500 bill, you touched on this. How are you building pain in the bill, or are you? I'm sure you are a little bit, because we have to make it make sense for people. But what are some things that you go through when you first get their bill, or the reaction that you take when you first get their bill?
Yeah, good question. I think the most important thing when it comes to, honestly, from a sales standpoint, is you need to know what you're talking about. And so if you don't fully understand how the bill works and all the numbers and the discounts and care and usage, if you don't fully understand that, that's what you need to focus on today. Let me learn the bill, because a customer cannot trust you when you're like, yeah, this is how your bill works. And they're like, no, it doesn't. It works like this. And then you're like, is that true? I don't know. I know how the bill works. So like when a customer's like, no, it works like this, I'm like, no, it doesn't. This is how it works. I say, so the way I break it down, I say, so if you check right here, and this is different from setting to closing, but if you look right here, it says that you guys are paying 62 cents a kilowatt during peak, 50 cents a kilowatt during off peak. You're using majority of your power during off peak, so you're probably about 53 cents a kilowatt. Okay, this is your price that you're paying. It looks like you're about $220 a month on average. What's crazy is that's including your discounts. So if you look right here, they're giving you discounts. Why? Because from 4 to 9 p.m., you're not using a ton of power, so they incentivize you. The reason I'm saying all these things is because it builds so much trust that I know what I'm talking about. That's it. I know how to break down their bill, and that's the biggest thing that I would say is explaining the 4 to 9 discount. When I explain that, I'm like, dude, if you didn't have this discount, you'd be paying $260 a month. They're controlling how you use your power. Our only goal is to give you more power at a cheaper rate with no control, freedom to do it how you want. And we give you a backup battery in case there's a power outage. And right here, the way that we do our job, again, we're not the yes or no guys. We're just gonna look at your usage. So right here, it says 445. That tells us how much power your home is consuming last month. So we're gonna say, okay, how many panels do we need to give you in order to produce a little bit more power than that? Tell you how much it's gonna cost. And then we're gonna come out, we're gonna look at your roof, your electrical panel, to see if it's a good fit for us to approve you for this program. If not, you would have to go buy it or do a lease or stick with PG&E, which obviously nobody wants to do. And so we'll at least give you the option. That way you can decide between a PPA or PG&E if we can get you approved for it. But it depends on a couple things. Like obviously your bill looks like it's over $150 a month, so you're good there. I'll have my guy come out. He's not going to push you in anything. He'll just be a vessel of information. Should you buy? Should you lease? Should you do this? And then I have a 6 or a 7. What time works better for you? Oh man, let us just think about it. I'm like, homie, we can really help you out. Like, I get it. You don't want to feel pressure. You don't want to go through the process. Solar is a pain in the ass, and I'm the first to tell you that. But dude, you have to do it before the end of the year. Everybody is here. Everybody is doing it. At least sit down and get the information, so that way you're more educated in solar. He's not going to push you into anything. He's a really good dude. Does 6 o'clock work or does 7 o'clock work?
Love it. So really, you're just really using the bill to find points in there to pretty much show them that you know your shit.
Build trust. This is how it works, homie.
Just to build some trust and to show them that you know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
I love it. And then from there, I mean, that kind of leads right into our next question. From there, you go right into closing the appointment with an option close. So take us through that one more time. The best way to solidify it and commit the customer to an appointment. That's the next question. So
yeah. So
you just talk about the bill. Now you're going to go straight into getting that timed up.
Yeah. So when it comes to solidifying the appointment, if they're going to put in the work to get the bill for you, I think there's a really good chance of the customer sitting down. The only reason the customer won't sit down when you get the bill is because you talked past the sell. If they get their bill, they're gonna sit down. So stop talking. Once you get the bill, stop talking. The only thing else you should say is like, hey, I really hope he can help you out. Worst case, you get more informed on solar, but he's a good dude. He's not going to pressure you in anything. He'll come by, he'll show you what it looks like and see if it makes sense for you. And we're just grateful for the opportunity. I'm not selling them on solar. I'm not doing anything. I'm removing more buying pressure. Okay. And so a sticky appointment is shut up after you get the bill, because that means they're interested, and don't put any more pressure on them. You don't got to do no more selling.
Okay. So say that last part again. Shut up. And just quit selling, and now just let them agree to the appointment.
Once you get the bill, shut up and quit selling and schedule the appointment. Being extremely assumptive builds a lot of trust. Like, no, we're just going to... Listen, dude, I'm already here. Like, it'll take 30 minutes, 45 minutes. He'll come by. He's a good dude. He's not going to push you in anything. We're just here to be a vessel of information. That way you know, should you buy it? Should you lease it? Should you do a PPA? What's the good? What's the bad? Is it true that everybody gets scammed? Maybe we're a scammer too. I don't know. But at least sit down with my guy, and he's a good dude. And then again, I can do 6 or 7. I'm always going back to the close. Setters are always waiting for, like, I hope they just say yeah. Like, no, I don't give them an option to say no. I'm at the home to get a yes. It's not like, are you pushing all the smoke screens so you can get a yes or no? There's no such thing as a no. If they tell me no in the first 5 seconds, I leave. If they don't, I'm not leaving until they give me a yes, because like I'm actually there to help the customer. It's like if you guys had a kid and the kid is 8 years old and he's like, Dad, I want to smoke weed. You're not going to be like, oh yeah, maybe you should. No, you're going to be like, no, you're not, absolutely not smoking weed, because you know that's not good for him. And maybe you guys think it is good for him, but I wouldn't think that it would be good for my 8-year-old kid. And so I'm not going to give him the option to allow that. And I'm going to say it with a demeanor of like, absolutely not.
Yeah. Dude, that's really good stuff. And I've never thought to train reps like, hey, look, once you get that bill, you need to start, hitting the brakes, slowing this train down. Because I think you're right. That's when we start to probably oversell it. They've already given us the bill. Obviously they're interested.
Yep.
But we don't need to keep beating a dead horse when they're already sold, right? That's when they start to feel buying pressure and the anxiety creeps in. I think that's a really good thing that we need to start kind of teaching across the board is, dude, once you have the bill, show them your knowledge and build some confidence that you know what you're doing with the bill, but you don't have to keep selling them on the benefits of solar at that point.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Cool, brother. All right. Well, I'm gonna have you go through your pitch one more time. You've kind of done it about 8 times for us already, but I had 50 people literally ask to hear your pitch again.
Yeah.
If you don't mind, go through it slow and break it down as you go.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of the psychology behind it, if you don't mind. We don't need to role play. I actually would rather have you just tell us what you do, why you do it, why it works for you.
Yeah.
And then and just go as far as you want. You can go up to the bill, whatever. But guys, take some notes here. Really, really good stuff. Jake, again, we appreciate you, but let's finish with this.
Cool. First things first, sales is not convincing a customer. Okay, so stop trying to twist a customer's arm. So you need to qualify first. So the way that I qualify, I say, hello, sir, are you the homeowner? Right? They say, no. I'm like, can you grab them? I don't say, are they here? Are you a renter? I say, cool, can you grab them? And I point. Homeowner comes out, I'm like, hello, sir, are you the homeowner? They say, yes. Nice to meet you. I'm Jake. I put out my hand, I shake their hand. If they will not shake my hand, I'm just gonna leave right then and there. All right, no worries, have a good one. Okay? I'm not trying to waste my time. If they shake my hand, I am setting the appointment. Okay? And so listen to what I do at the very beginning of my pitch. I say, the reason I came by, I noticed you guys haven't done solar. It's probably not a good fit for you guys, or you would have done it already. But with the tax credit going away at the end of the year, I'm sure there's maybe been curiosity on why everybody's doing it. So we'd at least love to be a vessel of information and give ourselves a chance to give you another opportunity to decide if you want to do solar or not. The way that a PPA works is just like PG&E. You give them permission to your electrical panel, and then you buy power from them at XYZ rate. We do the same thing. We own the panels. You just give them permission to use your roof. You just buy power from us at a cheaper rate. Again, it might not be a good fit for you. Again, you probably would have already done it, but we would at least love to give you the option and have an opportunity to earn your business if you guys do decide to go this route. Do you guys typically pay over or under $100 a month? We pay like over $100 a month. I'm like, cool. The way it works, we just look at your bill to see the usage. What the usage tells us is how much power your home is consuming. All we're gonna do is say, okay, this is how many panels they would need to consume that much power, give you a quote on it, and be a vessel of information. And so, do you guys get your bill online or in the mail? We get it online. Cool. Can you pull that up for me really quick? Oh, I don't, dude, just pull it up. Here, dude, what's your phone number? I'll just shoot you a text. They're like, okay, yeah, just shoot me a text. I shoot them a text, and it's the PG&E website. All right, check out the text I just sent you. Click on that link. I just make it so simple. They click on it. I walk them through it. They're like, pull back, hard. Like, I don't know. It's too much time to. I'm like, listen, we can really help you guys out. I'm not here to push you in anything. But like, dude, if you guys get approved for this program, we can actually save you 30%. Like, it'd be worth it. And so it'll take 2 minutes. Just pull it up. They pull it up. I'm like, cool. Do you care if I take a picture of it? Yes. All right, look, again, all we're gonna do is we're gonna come by, be a vessel of information. My guy's a good dude. He's not gonna push you in anything. He'll tell you, should you buy, should you lease, should you do a PPA, what's the good, what's the bad, are we scammers, what's the worst thing that could happen, etc. Be a vessel of information. That way, you guys have educated information to make a decision by the end of the year and give yourselves another opportunity for where you're getting your power from. That's it.
Dude, so good, Jake. So good. Hey, so Jake, I'm gonna give a little recap on that. But before I let you go, I'm gonna have you give some advice to these rookies out here. But guys, if you listen to Jake and what he does, I actually did a training on. There's actually two types of pullbacks. There's the pullbacks to remove buying pressure, which you hear Jake doing it throughout his whole presentation. Like, he is removing buying pressure the whole time. It's not a good fit for everyone, just a vessel of information. Those types of pullbacks you have to get good at, and you have to practice and role play and understand the psychology behind them. The other type of pullback is almost like you want them to want what they can't have, right? Like if you say, like, you know, if you act like you don't care if they get it or not, that's still a pullback in a way. If you're trying to push someone on somebody, if you're trying to go out and hand $100 bills out to everyone in the neighborhood, you're going to get a lot of people like, no, I don't want your $100 bill.
Correct.
But if you act like it's your 100 and, you know, they have to do something for it, then they want it, right? Like, people want what they can't have. And if you almost act like, you know, we still have to see if the roof qualifies, we don't even know if this is going to be a good fit, it makes them more like, oh, well, dang, I want solar. Right, so there's those types of pullbacks are necessary, and Jake, he literally masters both those, and I feel like, you know, he's probably one of the very best at it. He understands door-to-door sales. He's actually fairly new to solar, and you see how much he's learned in just a short period of time. And so if he can do it, you can do it. Practice, get good with your pullbacks and your rebuttals. But just really, really good training, Jake. We're super happy to have you on. So let's leave with this. Best advice that you'd give these guys today.
Yeah. So I'm going to give you guys two pieces of advice. The first one is what should you focus on the pitch? So write these down. The first one is, if they will not shake your hand, leave the home. Qualify it. Stop trying to twist people's arm, okay? The second thing is understand the reason I came by, I noticed you guys haven't done solar. If you guys wanted solar, you probably would have already done it. But most people just weren't informed. We'd love to at least be a vessel of information. That way, if you are gonna do it, we have a chance. That's like my go-to one-liner. And then the third thing is once you get the bill shut up, stop selling, okay? From a life piece of advice, and this is like the best piece of advice I could possibly give you guys, is no matter what you're going through in life, everything is going to unfold more magically and beautifully than you could ever imagine possible, as long as you just never give up. Like, it took me 4 years in this industry to have any results. I made no money, never had success, and then overnight, everything clicked. I went from never touching 6 figures to the next year I made 530K, okay? And there's gonna be like, if you're the type where it's like you can't work hard, you don't feel like it, you can't control your emotions, etc., there will be something that happens in your life, as long as you do not give up, that will unfold for you more beautifully than you could ever imagine possible. Just never give up. The only reason I'm in the situation I'm in right now is because I wanted to give up 1,000 times. I still want to give up sometimes to this day because this job is freaking brutal. Life is freaking hard. There's a lot of stuff that a lot of us are going on behind the scenes, and it carries into our work, and we're bleeding on customers on the doors. Just never give up.